You grew up in Palestine, which since the day you were born was already under illegal occupation. It was an apartheid state, settler colonialism. How many massacres and wars have you witnessed throughout your life? How's that impacted you?
So what happens to you when you are subject to racism every minute of every day of your life? You survive it. The honest answer is that I do not know. From even before I was aware. I can tell you, like in 1981, the massacres of 1982, massacres in 1984. That's before I came to the age of reason. The one thing that was shocking to me was a massacre in Al-Aqsa Mosque. I couldn't understand, like, why would anybody go into a place of worship and murder worshippers who are really angry? So how many massacres? I do not know. But we will know once Israeli criminal behavior and savagery comes to an end. This is not exceptional to us. Like, this is not exceptional to us in Palestine. When the world knew that nearly 6 million Jewish people were exterminated by Nazi Germany, and not in the 60s, not in the 80s.
Right.
But 40 years after the atrocity came to an end, we managed to find, like, the victims down to the name. We're a little bit more documented, when our memory is a little bit stronger and we're more unified. Like, every family knows its losses. So the moment the Israeli savagery comes to an end, we will be able to tell you exactly, down to the name, how many of us were slaughtered by this savage regime.
So what gives you hope? Going through all of this since you were young, what gives you hope? What keeps you going?
It's very, very simple. What keeps me going is, like, I'm a bitter loser. I do not want to submit to it. I've seen so many of us, like, giving up halfway and so on. So if you fight, you might lose. If you don't, you've already lost. And my battle is not that. It's not like I'm sacrificing my life or I've been killed, which is I walk the ground carrying the debt I have for each and every one of us that was murdered for my freedom. And it's a beautiful honor to carry. What gives me hope? I look back in my family's history, or human history in Palestine in general, which is longer than my family's history. And I see 23 different civilizations, many of which were oppressive. And that makes me understand that oppression is not sustainable on the land of Palestine. So many people came to Palestine to eliminate it. Call them like Alexander the Great, call them crusaders, call them whoever you want. The one thing in common between all of them is that they failed, because oppression is not sustainable on the land of Palestine. So the current oppressor is not so exceptional. Like, it's not exceptional. The current oppressor is just one of all those oppressors that will come, leave an evil story behind, and a lesson to learn for the next generations. I can tell you one thing: I will never, ever forgive any Israeli person for denying me my right to freedom for every single minute of my life. I will not do that, because there's no way for me to get them back. So what will I do? I'll just get out of the way. I will get out of the way and try to live a day of freedom in Palestine if it happened. In my culture, there is a very beautiful concept of forgiveness, which is you forgive when you can. Like, for example, you smash my face and you run away. So I have no power over you. And people will be like, yeah, would you forgive him for smashing your face? And I was like, I can't. Because I'm not in a position of power. I'm in a position of pity. I'm in a position of weakness. My face is broken. The moment you come to me, I'm like, Baha, forgive me for breaking your face. That's when you give me the power. And that's exactly when you get my forgiveness.